My name is Samuel Justin Ogane Rume Atagana. I'm going to take you back through. Today, not only do you get a speech, but you also get a lesson in how to read backwards because my camera keeps flipping things around. I will fix the issue eventually. I do not expect you to learn how to say or how to spell my entire African name. But if you could remember the letters S, A, and M, then I think we should be good to go. That spells Sam, by the way, just in case. Recently, I changed my majors to psychology and sociology. This leads me straight into my first point. Why am I standing before you today? The reason I'm standing here is because I'm taking a class called Introduction to Speech. The two reasons I'm taking this class are because I have to graduate, and also just because I like talking. People tell me sometimes that I talk too much. So I figured that if I could become more proficient at public speaking, that might be a benefit to myself and the people around me. In order to become more proficient at anything at all, you have to identify your strengths, identify your weaknesses, and then establish a plan of action that takes those weaknesses and turns them into strengths. So with that thought in mind, we are going to talk me up a little bit here. Or said in a less egocentric sort of manner, we are going to establish my strengths. Between the time that I've spent in the military with the leadership training that I've done and just on-the-job training, and with the music that I've been playing since I was a small child, I have a lot of experience in front of crowds. The textbook refers to inexperience as being the biggest problem for people in public speaking, because it creates nervousness and it creates fear. In the military, we learned how to lead people, and we learn how to disseminate information to people in a clear and concise manner. During my time playing music on a stage, I've learned how to be comfortable with myself in my times of success and my times of failure. Speaking of failure, facing your failure is one of the most important steps in order to become more proficient at anything. So let's face mine. Preparation. The textbook talks about preparation over and over and over and over again. And the reason why is because it's very, very important. My experience with preparation is not much. I don't prepare very often. Whether that be talking to troops, playing music, or just giving the best man toast at a wedding, I just kind of fly off the seat of my pants a lot. So I need to learn to prepare. A lot of times, in those times of unpreparation, I've been told that I will come off as arrogant or pompous, which leads people to not listen to the things that I'm saying or be willing to accept any of my ideas very often. The last and most important stage of becoming more proficient at anything is that plan of action I was talking about. So, as I was writing the speech and studying the textbook and writing our discussion questions, it became clear to me that the thing I need to learn how to do better is prepare. I also need to practice more, stand in front of a mirror, possibly, and just try to define the line between aesthetically pleasing and misplaced confidence. Speaking of misplaced, I'm going to use a misplaced quote here. I'm going to paraphrase it. Jerry Seinfeld was talking, and he said, according to most studies, people's biggest fear is public speaking. Their second biggest fear is death. So according to that thought process, you go to a funeral, you're better off in the casket than you are given the eulogy. So, hopefully, in an aesthetically pleasing sort of manner, I stand here before you today to acknowledge my strength and being able to overcome that fear, proclaim my weakness in the fact that I didn't prepare for the eulogy, and hope that while I'm carrying out my plan of action, I don't end up talking you or me into an early casket.